Dear students, welcome to the course Science of Consciousness in Ancient India. This is lecture 7. As in the last lecture, IKS in current perspective, contemporary time. So, now the last thing which is required to be understood with the reference of IKS, that is a style of composition. We just like right now what we are doing in the word, we are following some kind of styles like APA style or other ones. So, this is the style of preparing a document in scripted mode. Remember, the Indian knowledge tradition is based on oral dissemination of knowledge. So, if I am having a poetic potential, then I would create the poetry immediately, orality dominate. But somebody who is having an impression that she is uttering or telling us a very nice poetry, so we should script it. The second person would be scripting it. So, immediately I won't sit and start writing the poetry on the paper. The habit of making us to write everything immediately was not supposed the target of the Indian education system. In Indian tradition, we were much focused on the orality. So, whatever compositions we are having, they are oral, orality dominates. That is why we follow the concise way of expression. कोई चीज़ बहुत लंबी चौड़ी बतानी है तो हम उसे एक्सप्लेन करते हैं, लेकिन जब हम उसे क्रिएट कर रहे हैं और इसलिए नहीं क्रिएट कर रहे हैं कि उसको दुनिया जानेगी, इसलिए क्योंकि मुझे वो चीज़ अच्छी लग रही है, देन वी फॉलो द ट्रेंड ऑफ ब्रीफनेस, ब्रीविटी, and brevity dominates, brevity and preciseness, and that is why the style of composition of the Shastras is very much in variations. You can see the diversity of the styles. First and the breviest, or you can say the compressed style, is the Sutra style. After the mantra, just these styles are not incorporating the Vedic literature. Remember, in the Vedic literature, the highest most compression is there in the language, that is the mantra. Gam, that single sound is sufficient to identify, that is the deity Ganapati. So, mantra, after the situation of the mantra, that we moved to the literature when we created the corpus, just like you people are sitting over there, and if you consider yourself and take yourself to that period of time when the corpus was being created by the Sanskrit scholars. So, मंत्र के बाद जो सबसे ज़्यादा कॉम्प्रेशन आया सूत्र में आया, फॉर्मूला स्ट्रक्चर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन मैथमेटिक्स यू आर फॉलोइंग फॉर्मूला स्ट्रक्चर a प्लस बी होल स्क्वायर. इट डिनोट समथिंग बट नॉट एवरी वन इज एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड क्या है ये. ठीक है. सो सूत्र स्टाइल लाइक अथ शब्दानाम अनुशासनम, दिस इज सूत्र. इन द सेम वे चिति स्वतंत्रा विश्व सिद्धि हेतु स्वेक्षया शोभितो विश्वमुन्मील्य, दिस इज सूत्र. देन अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा, अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा एंड देन अथातो धर्म जिज्ञासा, दिस इज सूत्र. अब क्या है इसमें मीनिंग क्या है? द टीचर इज सेइंग लाइक now we are going to begin the discourse of dharma, or now we are going to begin the discourse of Brahma, the pure consciousness, the highest level of consciousness. So, whatever the teacher is depicting or disseminating to the students, that is in the form of sutra style, and sutra style is very concise. So, you can see the composition of Indian knowledge systems were having sutra, vritti, paddhati, bhashya, samiksha, tika, panjika, karika and vartik. Sutra is the statement containing very few words, free from the ambiguity, concise, devoid of superfluity, meaningful and far reaching in its implication. So, first is few words, there is no ambiguity. Third is very concise, devoid of superfluity means it should not be applicable everywhere or the place of reference, no. Then it is meaningful and it is far reaching in its implication. For example, Ashtadhyayi, Ashtadhyayi means the grammar written by Panini, the grammar of the Bhasha. The text is Ashtadhyayi, having 8 chapters. Ashtadhyayi, that means Ashtadhyayi, consisting of 8 chapters. That is why it is named as Ashtadhyayi. And in each of the chapter there are 8 subsections. So, it is following the Ashtaka way. In the same way, Rigveda Samhita is written or it is available, it is recited in two forms, arranged in the two possible forms. One is Ashtak and second is Mandal. When we talk about the Mandal, it is like circle, one circle having another one and then another one, this is Mandalakram. When we talk about Ashtak, means you are dividing it into 8 possible parts, then each of the part is again consisting of the 8 subsections. This is the way of Ashtakakram. So, Rig Veda is also arranged in two possible modes, one is Ashtakakram and second is Mandalakram. The arrangement of the corpus is like that. So, if you are using some kind of formula, for example, in Ashtadhyayi, that is the text of Panini, the composition of the Panini, he says like Iko Yadachi, this is the formula. Iko Yadachi says what? Ik becomes a yad when ik is having ach after it, then it becomes a yad. अब सीधे सीधी बात है, उन्होंने कह दिया इक के बाद अच होगा तो वो यड़ हो जाएगा. अब आप करते रहिए, इक क्या है, अच क्या है और यड़ क्या है. इक incorporates what possible sounds, ach incorporates what are the what possible sounds, then what is yad. Then for understanding this formula, we need to understand the Maheshwar Sutras. Then Ayud, Ririk, Eong, Aoch, Havarat, Lad, Yamang, Gadanam, Jhabhai, Gadadash, Jabagadash, Khafa, Chatata, Chatatav, Kapai, Sha, Sha, Shara, Hala. And this is the Maheshwar Sutra. In this complete 14 sutras, you have to find from where E is there and then where is Ka. So, you will find this Ik. इक के अंदर कितनी साउंड्स आ रही हैं आपको लिस्ट करना पड़ेगा. देन यू विल फाइंड वेयर इज आ एंड देन वेयर इज चा. देन यू विल मेक अ स्मॉल सेगमेंट and full identify what are the sounds coming under ach. Then you will identify what is yad, find out the ya and the ra, then make it compile together, put all the sounds together, then you will find what are the sounds. तब पता चलेगा कि ई ऊ ये जो होते ये इक होते हैं और या वा रा ला यड़ होते हैं. सो जब भी ऐसी चीज़ें ऐसी सिचुएशन आएगी when the two sounds are fusing together, if specifically if the first sound is related with the e and the second is a, it would be ya. Like there are so many words. In the same way, if this is first sound is u and then there is a, it would be va. Like madhu ari. So madhu ari, the first word is having u, second word is having a. It would be fused together and then it would be madhuvari. क्या आ जाएगा va. So ukar is replaced by vakar, and this complete description is coming from the what base corpus? Sutra, Sutra of Ashtadhyayi, Iko Yadachi. अब उन्होंने Iko Yadachi लिख दिया. This is coding, programming. That's why I am saying once you understand the Sanskrit basic grammar, then आपको पता चल जाएगा कि उससे ऊपर coding कुछ हो ही नहीं सकती. जहाँ तक उन्होंने कर दी है वो बहुत highest possible level of intelligence है. That's why foreigners are studying that text. And the systems are so compatible because systems run on the two basic things like 0 and 1. आप लोग यही कर रहे हैं ना digital era में. So if you are incorporating some kind of programs which are all automatically going to function on some kind of commands, and you are training the systems where to follow and where not to follow, what are the general rules, what are the exceptional rules, automatically the program would run. Clear? उसी के हिसाब से हम अष्टाध्यायी को study कर रहे हैं. So Sutra style is the first one, which is very concise, but it is very free from ambiguity. It is very meaningful and far reaching in its implication. So wherever Iko Yadachi, wherever there is a possibility of changing of the sounds, Iko Yadachi is going to be applied. So far reaching in implication. Doesn't matter in which chapter Iko Yadachi is being laid in Ashtadhyayi. उसका application बहुत बड़ा हो गया. Vritti, second is a commentary outlining the substance of the sutra becomes a vritti. You are explaining it. So once in Ashtadhyayi, Iko Yadachi is there, and then one person is writing the description about Iko Yadachi. That becomes a vritti. Explain कर रहा है. जैसे मैंने अभी आपको explain किया कि इक क्या है, अच क्या है, यड़ क्या है. So there would be another commentary text which would explain that sutra. वो होगी vritti. Then discussion of vritti of the sutra. becomes a पद्धति. Now you are discussing among yourself कि ये सूत्र कहाँ कहाँ अप्लाई हो सकता है. In case of exceptional what exceptions, what would be done? Then you are making a detailed discussion on the same vritti, same explanation of the sutra. It becomes a paddhati. Bhashya, a learned commentary on an original work. Ab you are taking directly, you said no, already there are a lot of works on the Ashtadhyayi as vritti and paddhati. I would take directly the Ashtadhyayi and I would create a completely new understanding or explanation on the basis of my own understanding. You started writing a learned commentary on the original work. That becomes a bhashya. So, a completely new perspective of something, that is bhashya. Samiksha, close investigation of deeper meaning of the bhashya. Once you created the bhashya, one person sat down to identify, to investigate the meaning of your bhashya. That becomes a samiksha, again evaluating the same understanding or same knowledge. Simplified gloss or commentary becomes tika, very simplified. Suppose you somebody presented bhashya, somebody wrote samiksha, then again there is a student who is feeling it's very tough, आसानी से समझ नहीं सकते इसको. So let me try to write a very simple commentary, and that commentary or the gloss becomes known as टीका in a simple words, सबको समझाने के लिए आसान तरीके से. Then Panjika, running commentary which explains and analyzes the difficult words is Panjika. जहाँ difficult words को analyze किया जाता है. There are few words which are very difficult to be comprehended, and that is Panjika. Then simplified meaning of a sutra that can be summarized in a verse becomes Karika. So Karika is simplified meaning of the same, see the sutra. So this Bhashya, Samiksha, Tika, Panjika, 4 together. Sutra, Vritti, Paddhati together. Now again Karika is leading to explain the sutra again, but in a simplified way, and it can be summarized in a kind of verse. So आपने एक poetic verse का मतलब क्या होता है, उसे गाया जा सकता है orality में, तो इसीलिए उसको हम verse कह देते हैं, तो वो कारिका हो जाती है. So Karika means you are explaining the sutra, but in such a way that it can be sung. Vartik, an exposition of the Ukta, Anukta and Durukta. Ukta means what is being said, Anukta what is not said, and Durukta what is difficult to be said. So if something is said, something is not said, and something is very difficult to be said, तो वो सब क्या है, then it all comes under the same thing, that is Vartik. It becomes exposition of Ukta, Anukta and Durukta. So these are the possible styles of the composition of the Shastra. So if you are being asked in the examination, what are the possible styles of composition of the Shastra, you can write it like that with a possible example. For example, in your words, how you are going to describe the Vartik. For example, right now what we are doing, if you are writing a book, you are an author of a book. So in that case, where you mention Ukta, Anukta and Durukta, said, unsaid or difficult to be said, at the end there is a glossary or there is an appendix. So in that portion you keep those things which are not addressed in the main text. तो जो आगे आपने मेन चैप्टर्स पे नहीं डाला होता है, आप वहाँ उसको रखते हैं. इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ वार्तिक ओनली. Karika, simplified meaning of a sutra which can be presented as a verse. When you quote some kind of lyrical statements of somebody, that is becoming a verse, and you start writing your chapter with that particular quote. कुछ लोग करते हैं ना, बहुत लिटरेरी होते हैं, वो अपनी थीसिस ऑफ द चैप्टर जो है किसी वर्स से स्टार्ट करते हैं, किसी कोट से स्टार्ट करते हैं, बट इट शुड बी मेट्रिकल, देन इट वुड बिकम कारिका. देन पंजिका, रनिंग कमेंट्री कब करते हैं आप, ये डिफिकल्ट वर्ड्स को बताने वाले रनिंग कमेंट्री टू एक्सप्लेन द डिफिकल्ट वर्ड्स. In what sense? In the braces we mention, sometimes in the text, within the braces we mention the explanation of the difficult words within the text itself. But here Panjika is a completely separate text itself. मतलब अब आपको एक पूरी पंजिका खुद से तैयार करनी है. For example, Nirukta. Nirukta is the dictionary of the Vedic words. Why it was being created? Just because the people were not able to understand the meaning of the mantras of the Ved. So, whatever words are used in Vedic corpus, they are being selected, then one person explained the meaning of those words in the Vedic corpus. So, that is Nirvachan Shastra or Nirukta. So, here words and their meaning are put together in the context of specifically in the Vedic corpus, that is Nirukta, Vedic dictionary. So, this is a kind of commentary. Now, on the basis of these things itself, if you can go for few of the questions possible. For example, how many styles of compositions of the Shastra are there? Then define vritti and tika, substance of the sutra. वृत्ति किस पर लिखी जाएगी, सूत्र पे कि कारिका पे? सूत्र पे. टीका, simplified gloss or a commentary. Then for in the same way, like if you are getting the fill in the blanks, statements containing very few words, free from ambiguity, concise, sutra, correct. An exposition of ukta, anukta, durukta, said, unsaid or difficult to be said, vartik. Running commentary which explains and analyzes difficult words, running commentary, panjika. Construction of machines for the locomotion, it is coming from the previous one, leave this question. Then the close investigation of deeper meaning of bhashya, close investigation of deeper meaning of a bhashya is samiksha. So, these are the few possible sample questions which can be created from the slide. So, for this lecture this is sufficient. Thank you.